Hello students, welcome to RG Studio. My name is Rahul. I am a teacher. In this video, I will give you information regarding 20 very important multiple choice questions for the preparation of entrance exam for Master of Hospital Administration MHA and Master of Public Health MPH for various university and institutes like Common University Entrance Test, CUT-PG, CMC Vellore, Lucknow University, IIPH गांधीनगर, मणिपाल यूनिवर्सिटी, एम्स रायपुर, एम्स जोधपुर, एम्स ऋषिकेश, निम्हांस बैंगलोर, जिपमेर पोंडिचेरी, Pune University, and for all other university and institutes which conducts Master of Hospital Administration MHA, Master of Public Health MPH and other competitive exams, and students who are preparing for various university and institutes, public health, hospital administration and other competitive exams. And for this, if they want online or offline coaching and want important questions PDF note, they can WhatsApp on 9411513974. So for online or offline coaching and important questions PDF notes, WhatsApp number is 9411513974. And for the preparation of competitive exams, there is a WhatsApp group which link you will get in description box. Kindly subscribe to the channel so that you can get the information for important videos and get the information for various admissions and jobs. Kindly like, share and comment this video. So your first question is, white fingers may result from which of the following occupational hazards? White finger may result from which of the following occupational hazards? Options are A. Heat, B. Cold, C. Ultraviolet radiation, UV radiation, D. Vibration. Correct answer is option D. Vibration. White fingers may result from which of the following occupational hazards? Correct answer is vibration. So white fingers may result from vibration occupational hazards. Its explanation is, after some months or years of exposure to vibrations 10 to 500 Hz, the fine blood vessels of fingers may become extremely sensitive to spasm known as white fingers. White fingers are a form of Raynaud's disease. Vibration white finger is the vascular component of hand-arm vibration syndrome. Next question is, respirable dust responsible for pneumoconiosis has a size limit of. Respirable dust responsible for pneumoconiosis has a size limit of. Option A less than 1 micron, option B less than 5 micron, option C less than 10 micron, option D less than 100 micron. Correct answer is option B less than 5 micron. Respirable dust responsible for pneumoconiosis has a size limit of less than 5 microns. So respirable dust responsible for pneumoconiosis has a size limit of less than 5 micron. Its explanation is, pneumoconiosis occurs due to occupational exposure to dust. Particles size 0.5 to 3.0 microns are the most dangerous as a health hazard, causing pneumoconiosis as they reach the interior of lungs, which with easy particle size and behavior. So size of particles and behavior greater than 10 microns, behavior is settled down by gravity. Less than 10 microns, behavior is remain suspended in air. 5 to 10 microns, behavior is arrested in upper respiratory tract. 3 to 5 microns, behavior is deposited in mid respiratory tract. So for particle size 1 to 3 microns, behavior is enter alveoli and settle there, cause pneumoconiosis. And less than 1 microns, behavior is Brownian movement. So respirable dust responsible for pneumoconiosis has a size limit of less than 5 micron. Next question is, which of the following pneumoconiosis is caused by Micropolyspora fani? Which of the following pneumoconiosis is caused by Micropolyspora fani? Option A silicosis, option B bichinosis, option C farmer's lung, option D bagasosis. Correct answer is option C farmer's lung. So Here question is, which of the following pneumoconiosis is caused by Micropolyspora fieni? Correct answer is farmer's lung. Its explanation is farmer's lung is due to inhalation of moldy hay or grain dust. Micropolyspora fieni is the main cause of farmer's lung. Next question is, all are true about lead poisoning except. All are true about lead poisoning except. Option A, greatest source is drinking water from lead pipes. Option B, can cause blue line on germs. Option C, measurement of CPU is a useful screening test. Option D, basophilic stippling of red blood cells is a sensitive parameter of hematological response. So its correct answer is greatest source is drinking water from lead pipes. So all are true about lead poisoning except greatest source is drinking water from lead pipe. This option is not true about lead poisoning. And option B, C and D, that is can cause blue line on germs. Measurement of CPU is a useful screening test. Basophilic stippling of red blood cells is a RBCs is a sensitive parameter of hematological response. Next question is, nearly 3/4 of occupational cancers are. Nearly 3/4 of occupational cancers are. Option A, skin cancer. Option B, lung cancer. Option C, cancer bladder. Option D, leukemias. Correct answer is option A, skin cancer. Nearly 3/4 of occupational cancers are skin cancer. Its explanation is nearly 75% of occupational cancer are skin cancers. First attention was drawn by cervical pot to cancer of scrotum in chimney sweepers. Occupational skin cancers are predominantly squamous cell carcinomas. Only characteristic feature of occupational skin cancer, their occurrence on exposed parts of the body, head, neck, hands, arm that have remained in direct contact with a carcinogenic source. Carcinogens implicated in occupational skin cancers include ultraviolet light, ionizing radiation, coal products, petroleum products, lubricating oils, fuel oils, etc. Next question is, which of the following are associated with bladder cancer? Which of the following are associated with bladder cancer? Option A, nickel. Option B, naphthylamines. Option C, arsenic. Option D, lead. Correct answer is option B, naphthylamines. So here question is, which of the following are associated with bladder cancer? Naphthylamines are associated with bladder cancer. Its explanation is, cancer bladder was first noted in man in aniline industry in 1895. Now following has been mentioned as possible bladder cancer carcinogens: beta-naphthylamines, benzidine, diphenyl, oramine, magneta. So next question is, pre-placement examination has an important role to play in. Pre-placement examination has an important role to play in. Option A, energy conservation. Option B, occupational health. Option C, genetic counseling. Option D, mental health. Correct answer is option B, occupational health. So pre-placement examination has an important role to play in occupational health. Its explanation is, pre-placement examination is the foundation of an efficient occupational health service. It is done at the time of employment and includes workers' history, medical, family, occupational and social, physical examination and biological and radiological examination. Main purpose of pre-placement examination is to place the right man in right job so that worker can perform his duties efficiently without detriment to his health. Pre-placement examination also serve as a useful benchmark for future comparison. Next question is, under ESI Act, sickness benefit is given for a period of. So under ESI, that is Employees State Insurance Act. So under ESI Act, that is Employees State Insurance ESI Act, sickness benefit is given for a period of option A 17 days, option B 39 days, option C 91 days, option D 117 days. Correct answer is option C 91 days. Under ESI, that is Employees State Insurance Act, sickness benefit is given for a period of, correct answer is 91 days. So its explanation is scope of ESI, that is Employees State Insurance Act. The act covers all the factories in India excluding mines, defense, railway. The act in the first instance applies to non-seasonal factories employing 10 or more persons for wages on any day in implemented areas now included education. It covers all employees getting up to 21,000 per month. Finance, the employer contribute 4.75% of total wage bill. The employee contribute 1.75% of wages. State and central government share medical expenditure in ratio of 1:7. Sickness benefit to employees under ESI, Employees State Insurance. Sickness benefit 90% of the average daily wages and is payable for 91 days in any continuous period of 365 days. Extended sickness benefit payable for 2 years for a set of 34 diseases. Enhanced sickness benefit full average daily wage for duration up to 7 days in the case of vasectomy and up to 14 days in case of tubectomy. Next question is, sickness absenteeism is a useful index to assess. Sickness absenteeism is a useful index to assess. Option A, working environment. Option B, sincerity of the worker. Option C, worker management relationship. Option D, state of health of the workers. Correct answer is option D, state of health of the workers. So sickness absenteeism is a useful index to assess state of health of the workers. Its explanation is, sickness absenteeism is a useful index in industry to assess the state of health of workers and their physical, mental and social well-being. Rate of absenteeism reported in India 8 to 10 days per worker per year. Next question is, all of the following are true for occupational lead poisoning except. All of the following are true for occupational lead poisoning except. Option A, inhalation is the most common mode of absorption. Option B, lead in blood and urine provide quantitative indications of exposure. Option C, lead poisoning is not a notifiable disease. Option D, basophilic stippling is a sensitive parameter of hematological response. Correct answer is option C, lead poisoning is not a notifiable disease. So all of the following are true for occupational lead poisoning except. So lead poisoning is not a notifiable disease. This statement is not true for occupational lead poisoning. And option A, B and D, that is inhalation is the most common mode of absorption. Lead in blood and urine provide quantitative indicators of exposure. Basophilic stippling is a sensitive parameter of hematological response. These three statements are true for occupational lead poisoning. Next question is, all of the following features are suggestive of asbestosis except. All of the following features are suggestive of asbestosis except. Option A, occurs within 5 years of exposure. Option B, the disease progresses even after removal of contact. Option C, can lead to pleural mesothelioma. Option D, sputum contains asbestos bodies. Correct answer is option A, occurs within 5 years of exposure. So occurs within 5 years of exposure. This statement is not suggestive of asbestosis. And option B, C and D, these are the features of suggestive asbestosis. That is, the disease progresses even after removal of contact, can lead to pleural Mesothelioma sputum contains asbestos bodies. Next question is bagasosis can be prevented by spraying. Bagasosis can be prevented by spraying. Option A 10% acetic acid. Option B 5% acetic acid. Option C 1% propionic acid. Option D 2% propionic acid. Correct answer is 2% propionic acid. Bagasosis can be prevented by spraying 2% of propionic acid. Next question is the financial contribution for ESI comes from. The financial contribution for ESI comes from option A state government, option B central government, option C employers, option D all of the above. Correct answer is option D all of the above. The financial contribution for ESI, that is employees state insurance, comes from. Correct answer is all of the above, that is state government, central government, employers. Next question is following are the chemical agents which causes occupational dermatitis by local irritation except. Following are the chemical agents which causes occupational dermatitis by local irritation except. Option A rubber, option B X-rays, option C lime, option D ether. Correct answer is option D ether. So rubber, X-ray and lime are the chemical agents which causes occupational dermatitis by local irritation, and ether is the chemical agent which do not cause occupational dermatitis by local irritation. Next question is which occupational exposure may cause sterility in females? Which occupational exposure may cause sterility in females? Option A lead, option B carbon monoxide, option D mercury, option D agricultural insecticides. Correct answer is option A and D, that is lead and agricultural insecticides. So which occupational exposure may cause sterility in females? Correct answer is lead and agricultural insecticides. So lead and agricultural insecticides occupational exposure may cause sterility in females. Next question is chairman for ESI in India is. Chairman for ESI, that is employees state insurance in India, is option A Prime Minister, option B Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, option C Union Minister of Labour, option D Union Minister of Human Resource Development. Correct answer is option C Union Minister of Labour. Chairman for ESI, that is employees state insurance, is in India is Union Minister of Labour. Next question is true about ESI Act 1948. So which statement is true about ESI Act 1948? Option A applicable on educational institutions also. Option B employee contribution is 1.75%. Option C maternity benefit for 3 months. Option D beneficiaries are those having income with greater than 15,000 per month. So correct answer is option A applicable on educational institutions also. So applicable on educational institutions also, this statement is true about ESI Act 1948. And option B, C and D, that is employee contribution is 1.75%. Maternity benefit for 3 months. Beneficiaries are those having income with greater than 15,000 per month. These statements are not true about ESI Act 1948. Next question is false about ESI in India. False about ESI, that is employees state insurance in India. Option A center contributes 7/8 and state contribute 1/8 part on expenditure. Option B a worker with income less than 70 per day has to pay only 300 per month. Option C funeral expenses is 50,000. Option D medical benefit include full medical care. So false about ESI in India. So option B and C, that is a worker with income less than 70 per day has to pay only 300 per month and funeral expenses is 50,000. These two statements are false about ESI, that is employees state insurance. and option A and D, that is central contribute 7/8 and state contribute 1/8 part on expenditure. Medical benefit include full medical care. These two statements are true about ESI. Next question is, under ESI Act, number of units for which a family dispensary must be opened is, under ESI, that is employees state insurance, number of units for which a family dispensary must be opened is option A 500, option B 1000, option C 1500, option D 2000. Correct answer is option B 1000. So under ESI, that is Employees State Insurance Act, number of units for which a family dispensary must be opened is 1000. Next question is, occupational exposure to benzol may lead to, occupational exposure to benzol may lead to option A lung cancer, option B leukemia, option C COPD, option D neurofibromas. Correct answer is option B leukemia. So occupational exposure to benzol may lead to leukemia. So in this video, information regarding 20 very important MCQs has been given for the preparation of entrance exam for MHA and MPH for various university and institutes like CUT PG, CMC Vellore, Lucknow University, IIPH Gandhinagar, Manipal University, AIIMS Raipur, AIIMS Jodhpur, AIIMS Rishikesh, NIMHANS Bangalore, JIPMET Puducherry, and for all other university and institutes which conduct MPH, MHA and other competitive exams, and students who are preparing for various university and institutes, public health, hospital administration and other competitive exams. And for this, if they want online or offline coaching and want important questions PDF note, they can WhatsApp on 9411513974. And for the preparation of competitive exams, there is a WhatsApp group which link you will get in description box. Kindly subscribe to the channel so that you can get the information for important videos and get the information for various admissions and jobs. Kindly like, share and comment this video. Thanks for watching this video.